Good morning, Miss Audra, Miss Basma, and my fellow friends. We are from Group 3 from Biology. I'm Marcel, this is Lauren, Rivena, and last but not least, Griselda. We are now going to present to you a modified Reader's Theater based on the excerpt from the novel by Roald, taken from chapter 10 until 7. Please enjoy our show. September 1925, when I was just nine, Mama had chosen for me a prep school in a part of England called St. Peter's School in Weston-super-Mare, Somerset, which is as near as possible to our home.
St. Peter's School, please.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, what nice you got there, lad.
Thank you, sir.
I also brought my brand new trunk and top box with R. Dahl written on it. The top box is for storing our goods sent by our parents. An English school was all money-making business in those days. San X, owned by the headmaster. Therefore, they eat as little food as possible and encourage parents to feed their offspring from parcels from home. And he will say,
by all means, my dear Mrs. Dahl, do send your boy some little treats now and again. Perhaps a few oranges and apples once a week.
Fruit was very expensive.
And a nice currant cake. A large currant cake, perhaps, because small boys have large appetites, do they not? Yes, as often as you like. More than one a week if you wish. Of course, you'll be getting plenty of good food here, the best there is. But it never tastes quite the same as home cooking, does it? I'm sure you wouldn't want him to be the only one who doesn't get lovely parcel from home.
So, off we set, Mama and I and my trunk and my top box to St. Peter's School.
Oh, Mrs. Dahl, it is a pleasure meeting you again.
Same to see you, headmaster.
And this must be young Roald, such good-looking young lad you have here.
Hello, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you.
With such proper manners too. But he should be reported to the matter by now.
Right. Hope you go and report to the master.
Goodbye, Mrs. Dahl. I should appear if I were you. We'll look after him.
Well, very well then. Good night, boy. Study well and be good. I'll see you on holidays. Bye.
The headmaster moved away to another room, leaving me standing there beside my brand new trunk and top box. Then I cried. At St. Peter's, Sunday is a letter writing time. I always wrote to my mother every week, and she kept all my letters, binding them carefully. And in this school, letter writing was a serious business. The headmaster would pass around the classrooms all through sessions, peering over our shoulders to read our letter. I am certain that he needs to make sure that we say nothing horrid about his school. One day,
Don't you know how to spell knight?
Yes, sir. K-N-I-G-H-T.
That's the other kind of knight, idiot.
Which kind, sir? I don't understand.
The one in the shining armor. The man horseback. How do you spell it? Is the knight?
I'm not quite sure, sir.
It's N-I-G-H-T, boy. N-I-G-H-T. Stay in and write it out for me 50 times this afternoon.
mind you, he's a clever fellow. He never allowed us to correct spelling mistake in the letter itself, avoid suspicion from parents.
No. Don't change it in the letter. You don't want to make it any messier than it is. It must go as you wrote it.
Thus, the unsuspecting parent received in a subtle way the impression that your letter had never been seen or censored or corrected by anyone. At St. Peter's, the ground floor was all classrooms. The first floor was all dormitories. And here is the place where the matrons ruled supreme. She was the only authority, and even older boys were terrified of her. She was a large, fair-haired woman with a bustle. She was probably no more than 28 years old, but still dangerous anyway.
Who threw that sponge? It was you, Perkins, was it not? Don't lie to me, Perkins. I know perfectly it was you. Now you can put your dressing gown on and go downstairs and report to the headmaster this instant.
The matron never smiled at us or said anything nice at all. On one occasion during my first term, I went down to the matron's room to have some iodine put on a gray stain, and I didn't know you had to knock before you enter. And there she was, in the center of the sick room floor, locked in some kind of an embrace with the Latin master, Mr. Victor Roald.
How dare you come in without knocking? Here I'm trying to get something out from Mr. Cornell's eye, and in you burst and disturb the whole delicate operation. I'm very sorry, matron. Go away and come back in 5 minutes.
Once, after the lights out, a brave boy called Brett tiptoed out of the dormitory and sprinkled castor sugar all over the linoleum floor of the corridor.
I sugared the whole corridor. Well done, you. I can't wait until the man can see this. Who did this? How dare you do this? Come on, own up. I want the name of the filthy little boy who put down the sugar. Own up immediately. Step forward. Confess. Oh dear, she's coming this way. What shall I do? What shall I do? Don't own up. We won't give you away. Fine. I'm calling the headmaster now.
Did it?
Very well. Every one of you will go at once and hand the key to the matrons, who will keep them for the rest of the term. And all parcels coming from home will be confiscated from now on. I will not tolerate this kind of behavior.
Throughout the remaining 6 weeks of the term, we went very hungry. One night, there was a boy called Tweedy who started snoring soon after he had gone to sleep.
Who's that talking? Who is talking? Snoring is a disgusting habit. Only the lower classes do it. We shall have to teach him a lesson.
She grabbed a cake of soap, shaved it, and dropped the sprinkles to his mouth. What on earth is going to happen? Would he choke? Would he strangle? Might his throat get blocked up completely? Was she going? Let us see. You must...
What's happening? What's on my face? Somebody help me! Wipe it off, Tweety. And don't ever like to hear you snoring again. Hasn't anyone ever thought you not to go to sleep on your back?
The first miserable homesick night at St. Peter's, when I crawled up to bed and put things to my family. It was so devastating that I set up a plan for getting myself sent back home. Even if it were only for a few days. Aha, pretending to be sick seemed to be marvelous idea.
Should I pretend that I've developed some sort of acute appendicitis, just like my sister?
Actually, my ancient half-sister had it, and I was able to observe her behavior before her major operation. We even could see her appendix afterwards. So, I went to the matron's room and knocked her door.
Come in. What's the matter with you? It hurts, matron. Oh, it hurts so much. Just here. You've been just operating. What do you expect if you guzzle carrot cake all day long? I haven't eaten a thing for days. I couldn't eat, matron. I simply couldn't. Get on the bed and lower your trousers. Ah! Oh! Don't, matron, don't! I've been sick all morning and now there's nothing left to stick with. And I still feel sick. Stay where you are.
It is normal. Let me feel your stomach once more.
Ah! The headmaster has telephoned your mother and she's coming to fetch you this afternoon.
I didn't answer her. I tried to look ill, but I was very happy at the moment. I was taken to Cardiff and tried to do the tricks again when Dr. Dunbar checked me. But sadly, he knew about it.
Now you can get dressed again and sit yourself on the chair. You're faking, aren't you?
How do you know?
Because your stomach is soft and perfectly normal. If you had an inflammation down there, the stomach would have been hard and rigid. It's quite easy to tell. I expect you're homesick. Everyone is at first. You have to stick it out.
I hate living in a dormitory. I miss my family so much.
Don't blame your mother for sending you away to boarding school. She insisted you are too young to go. But it was I who persuaded her it was the right thing to do. Life is tough, and the sooner you learn how to cope with it, the better for you.
What will you tell the school?
I'll say you had a very severe infection of the stomach, which I am curing with pills. It means that you must stay home for 3 more days. But promise me, you won't try anything like this again. Your mother has enough on her hands without having to rush over to fetch you out of school.
I promise I'll never do it again. That's the end of our modern readers theater.
Thank you for that.
As our narrator, Rivana as our doctor and Sophie, and me as Roald, Zelda as the matron and the headmaster. And we would also like to thank Valencia